Suppose I told you kids you could rule the world, your own chunk of the world.
Film, the iconic expression of emotion, ideals, and culture through moving images. Throughout the decades, the world of filmmaking, from its physical appearance to the essence of what it portrays, has adapted and grown into an historical structure made of both dreams and imagination. The same can be said about the Bronx itself, a place where film has flourished in its past to now return home for the borough's cinematic future. For filmmakers, the Bronx became a hidden gem, capable of adapting to any script location, from the hustle and bustle of the urban streets to quiet suburban neighborhoods. Thomas Edison built the Edison Studio with this thought in mind.
Well, the first studio in the Bronx was established by Thomas Edison, and therefore it was called the Edison Studios. It was located on Decatur Avenue and Oliver Place, just about a block south of Bedford Park Boulevard and just about a block to the west of Southern Boulevard. And it was an attempt by Edison actually to place a studio within the boundaries of New York City, but also in an area where he could profitably use all of the surrounding area for any type of film that he would want. The Botanical Garden was practically across the street. He could use suburban settings for the housing that were around if he wanted to go urban. And people who were actors or people who worked in the movies could very easily get up there using the 3rd Avenue L, which had a stop at Bedford Park Boulevard.
Don't worry about it. We can't accept that.
I didn't give it to you. I gave it to your son. He worked for you.
That's right, my son. And I don't want my son involved in what goes on here.
Involved in what? What are you talking about?
Please, I'm not a stupid man, okay? Please, I'm not stupid. You know what I'm talking about. Just stay away from my son, okay?
As filmmaking grew into a multi-million-dollar industry, the Bronx's booming talents became key players in introducing Hollywood to the undeniable Bronx flavor.
It's made me who I am today. It's made me the strong, brave woman that I am today.
It made me tough, so I would have to say that that's one of the things that growing up in the Bronx allows you to be and teaches you to be, which is tough, which is a good thing to be in Hollywood.
As a Bronx filmmaker, I'm here because we want to have our voice and to be a part of the change necessary in our community and have that input.
Whenever anybody asks me to describe myself or define myself in under 10 words, I always say the same exact thing. I just say, I'm a Jew from the Bronx.
But the Bronx is homegrown talent that has stayed here to build it.
Over time, the Bronx's connection to film was reborn. Numerous film studios are once again looking towards the borough, not only as the perfect location to showcase their motion pictures, but to create powerful, inspirational, and diverse stories waiting to be brought to life on the big screen.
I grew up into filmmaking here in this atmosphere. And in fact, my very first class was at BronxNet in field production, get your hands on a camera type situation. This is where I learned the art of filmmaking.
I think being born here and knowing and understand that we are a diverse borough have either a struggle that they've had to go through, or some who have been here for generations that have kept their communities intact and thriving. So to me, it's always been about taking those things from each one of those communities and instilling it in myself.
I always recognize when I do see the Bronx, and I'm pretty familiar with a lot of the neighborhoods in the Bronx, so I think it's recognizable and unique and interesting. Just as being a Bronx filmmaker, I do think it's a good thing to kind of show the Bronx, and the Bronx is a character within itself, really.
If you're in the Bronx, shoot as much as you can in and around the borough that you live in or your neighborhood, so you can sort of see what it looks like and let other people see, because that's ultimately how you're going to promote any kind of Bronx filmmaking, letting people see the Bronx.
Alan and I are excited to officially open Silver Cup North today and to provide more studio space to accommodate the growing needs of New York's film and television production industry. And even more so, we're excited to be opening this facility in the Bronx, which has seen an incredible resurgence, and excited to be part of the Bronx's current renaissance.
Silver Cup Studios has kept their mission alive and well. Since first opening their doors in 1983, the studio established itself as the largest independent full-service film and television production facility in the northeastern United States. The company finds a home here in the Bronx, honoring the diversity of the borough while giving the opportunity to students to have a first hand in their careers of film and television.
When we started with this, we had a couple of new hires, and right out of the gate, we hired people from the Bronx. Part of the purpose in doing these programs with various folks is also to make certain that the diversity of cultures that we have, both in the Bronx, Queens, and what have you, everyone has an opportunity to see if this business is for them.
From the first moments Thomas Edison walked onto the sets of the Edison Studios in 1907, the Bronx became a rich and key role in the world of film. The tradition is honored today through its filmmakers, actors, producers, and creative students. For the Bronx and its people, film has created a light through the past, into the present, and towards the future.